palms down. Good morning. Oh, hi, Laura. Okay. So we're sitting on a block. I'm going to elevate one of my knees a little bit more. And close your eyes. Again, palms can be up or down on your thighs. And if your eyes are open, just have them slightly gaze towards the tip of the nose. If your eyes are closed, gaze inward towards the tip of the nose. Excuse me. And start to breathe up fully, expanding belly, ribs, and chest. Excuse me. And breathe in all sides of your body, side to side, up and down. And you know, some of us are celebrating holidays throughout this week, some of us are celebrating just the end of the weekend, and others are in a different holiday mode. So just find a moment for a little peace and prayer. And just send out, good, healing, peaceful vibes. And as we begin our practice of yoga, keep the softness and stillness of this breath as a distraction from your thoughts and a barometer for how hard you're working. Sometimes too hard, sometimes not hard enough. Sometimes just perfect. Keep your eyes softly gazing downward. Bring your hands to your heart center and maybe set that intention. Seal it. Inhale, release your hands to the floor and walk your hands forward and allow your hips to sink back. So yes, you're on a block, but you can remove it if you like, but it's okay just to be where you are right here. And just a little lengthening of the spine, a little stretching of the hips. Inhale, take it over to your left side. And just reach the right arm a little further and just keep your right hip grounded. Inhale, walk through the center to the other side. And then inhale back to the center. Reach your arms in front. Push a little further forward and a little bit further back with your hips. Inhale, walk your hands back in, sit upright. If you have a block under your knee, just move it to the side for a moment. Take your feet as wide as the mat and bring your arms inside. Bring your hands to your heart. Sit a little bit more upright. Now, I should have told you this before you undid your legs, but you probably have your habitual side that went down. So we're going to cross the legs again in the less habitual side coming up in about 3 breaths. And then take your inhaling breath to change the legs once again. Switch the cross of the legs. So whichever leg was in front before, switch it up. I'm trying to remember because I seem to lately have 2 habitual sides. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Reach out of your waistline, hinge forward, arms on the floor. Push your hips back, relax the shoulders down. Inhale, walk over to the right side. Inhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Walk your hands back all the way in. Lean back. Stretch out your legs. And once again, bring them as wide as your mat. Open up your knees. Bring your arms inside. Bring your hands to prayer. Just push your knees apart while you bring your heart center forward. Inhale, release your hands to the floor. Exhale, walk them forward. Hug the knees around the triceps. And just lengthen your spine. Think about keeping the crown of the head long, tailbone down. You can be on your fingertips. Inhale, walk your hands back in, lift your chest up. Now, you can bring your hands anywhere to get yourselves up and lift your hips off the block. Move the blocks just to the front of your mat for now. Turn your toes forward, but keep them wide and bend your knees. Hands to the floor or the blocks. So bend your knees so your hands can be flat on the floor. And then drop the hips back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, begin to straighten the legs and fold. I don't care if they go straight or not. Head down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend your knees. Now keep your hands down, bring your knees behind your hands, tabletop position. Arch your back, drop your belly. I don't know if you guys, whoever was with me yesterday, but I don't know, my glutes are feeling it, chin to chest. And I didn't think we did that much. Extend your spine, walk your hands forward, drop your chin chest or your forehead chest to the floor. Keep the hips elevated for a few breaths. And then begin to send your hips to your heels. Push all the way back. Press the heel of your hands forward. Walk the fingers forward, spread them. Inhale, come back to hands and knees. Step your right foot in between your two hands. For today, if you have blocks, go ahead and use them. Bring them right under your shoulders. For today, I want you to come up so that you are standing hips over your back knee. And if you need more padding and you need to be off of it a little bit, go ahead and be off of it. Stretch your hands to your thighs, sit up tall. Press your back top of your foot, shin down. And then draw the arms all the way up overhead. Reach up. Exhale, fold over your legs, hands on the floor of the blocks. Pull your chin to your chest and round your spine. Pull your right hip back. Inhale, look forward. Now send the right leg a little bit more forward, left knee a little bit further back. Drop your hips down. Broaden your collarbones, shoulders back. Back foot pressing the top of the foot and the shin down. Broaden through your chest. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Lift up. You can hold your hands together or keep them apart. Reach out, just make sure you're not dumping into your back by pushing out these lower ribs. So think about tucking the tailbone under, knitting the ribs and hips towards each other, and lifting out of the middle upper back rather than the lower. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Right toes come up. Toes up towards your face, back foot, top of the foot, and shin down. One more breath. Inhale, rebend your knee. Tuck your back toes underneath you. Lift the knee up. Keep the hips low. And send your right leg back to your left leg. Hips high in the sky. Downward facing dog. Hands on the floor of the blocks. If you have your hands on the blocks, you might even get your heels to the floor. And you might not. And who cares? Just a mention. Pedal out your feet. And then find stillness again. Inhale, bring your knees to the floor. Right knee stays, left leg comes forward, and we're staying a little bit more upright, so you might want to have your blocks. You can have your back toes tucked under. Again, you can be padded underneath your knee. Inhale, bring your hands to your thighs, lift yourself up nice and high. And then maybe stretch the arms up overhead, reach up. Good. Ribs down towards the hips. One more breath. Exhale, hands down. Send the left foot a little bit more forward and the right knee a little bit further back. Release the toes. Pressing down. Keeping your left big toe and little toe pressing on the floor. Is that a cat? I can't see. Good. Inhale, hands on thighs. Arms come all the way up. Reach up. Ribs down, belly in, tailbone beneath you. Inhale. And the exhale takes you to the floor. Straighten your front leg and fold over it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, rebend your front knee, tuck your right toes underneath you, lift the knee up. Low lunge. Send your left foot back to meet your right, lift your hips in the air, downward facing dog. Bend one knee then the other. And then settle in. Inhale, rise onto your toes. Look forward, softly bend your knees. Exhale, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Separating your feet hips width now. 2 fists or a blocked width apart from each other. Bend the knees enough that you can touch the floor with your hands. And then draw the navel point upward. Start to straighten the legs if you'd like. Chest towards your thighs. Hips over heels. So it might feel like, the cats are just loving this today, Laura. It might feel like you're falling a little bit forward. Must be the weather. Good. Then press firmly into your big toe, little toe, ball of the foot, belly in, chin in. Press down, slowly rise up. Roll the shoulders back and around. Good. Stand up tall. Ground your feet, tailbone underneath you. Big toe, little toe, ball of the foot, heel. Open your eyes, stretch your arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, right hand to the right side. Left arm up and over. Inhale, rise up. Left arm down, right arm up and over. Inhale up, right arm down, left arm over. One more time, inhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Hands to floor blocks or the shins, look forward, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down, tuck your chin in and roll through your spine. Bring the arms up overhead. Keep the arms up overhead, bend your knees, sit your weight back to your heels. Let's keep it short today, not too low. Just a nice little angle here from hip to knee, but weight sinks back to the heels. And then you can reach the arms up a little higher. Some of you will take your palms together in front and press prayer together. So you choose, but keep your hips a little bit more upright for now. If you're really dying to get into a deep chair, feel free. I'll bet you not one of you will do that. One more breath. Sink your forward fold. Don't sink your hips. Let's lift the hips in the air, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send your right leg to the back of the mat. Keep your right hand on the floor or a block. Left hand moves to the hip as you lengthen your spine, rotate to the left. Left arm comes up into a twist. Hug your hips to the center. Breathe, shoulders down. One more breath. Look down, exhale, left hand down. Straighten your left leg. Fold over it in a wide stance. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Right heel can be up or pressing down. See where you kind of feel the most sensation today. And then turn your right foot on its side as you bend your left knee. Keep your left hand outside your left foot. Bring your right hand to your hip. Stack your shoulders. Let's keep the arm down for now. Get the length from the knee to the hip, parallel to the floor. Back foot firmly on the floor, opening up your torso. Stretch your right arm up now, reaching up and down in all directions. One more breath as you move. Go a little bit more to the right. Exhale, hands down, but turn your left toes to the right and forward fold in between your two sides. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands back between your feet, turn the fingers away from you. And then bend your knees a little bit, like you feel like you're grabbing the mat behind you. Bend your elbows, head down, maybe head's on a block. And go ahead and straighten the legs from there. Send your weight again over your heels. So shift a little forward. Inhale, walk your hands back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, spin around to the front of the mat. Look forward, step your right foot to your left foot. Separate your feet hips width apart. Forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart, rise up to standing. Release your hands by your side, feel your mountain pose. Grounding firmly into the feet, tailbone tucks underneath you. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, keep it a little bit shorter stance today, palms together if you'd like. Reach your shoulders back, collarbones broaden. You're still sitting with your weight behind your heels. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send your left leg back all the way to the back of the mat. Right knee is over the ankle. Left hand stays, right hand moves to the hip. Turn to the right side. And then stretch your right arm up. So your arms are like a T on their side. Breathe in, breathe out. Right thigh parallel to the floor. Hug your hips to the center. Lift your navel, point up and in. One more breath. Look down, exhale, right hand on the outside of your right foot. Turn your back foot on its side. Oh, I didn't straighten the leg. Let's do that. Fold over your right leg. Toes up or down. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, fold over, exhale. Now spin your back foot on its side. Bend your right knee. Keep your right hand outside your right foot on a block, any height. Left hand to your hip. Rotate your torso open. Find the openness of the torso, but also find the levelness of the right hip. I don't know if those are real words, but openness is, but levelness, I don't know. Turn your torso. Inhale, left arm comes up. One more big breath, stretch it open. Exhale, release your left hand. Turn your right foot to the left. Spin everything around to the center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands through. Spin your fingers around. Shift your hips over your heels. Bend your arms. Head towards the floor. Inhale, walk it forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk to the front of your space. Look forward, step your left foot to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, press down, rise up, arms come with you. Empty the breath to your heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up, bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, right arm stays, left arm opens up for the twist. Exhale, left hand down, straighten your front leg, turn your back foot on its side. Bend your left knee and stretch the right arm up, side angle pose. Good. Good. Now from here you can just spin around to that half turn, quarter turn. Inhale, lengthen your spine, bend your right knee. Sit your weight back into your heels. And then walk your hands to your right leg. Turn your right toes to the back of your mat. Your right arm's on the inside or block. Left arm is up again. Hug your hip in. So this time the arm's on the inside. Hug your hips to midline. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. Walk back through center. Walk around to the front. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, right foot to left, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down, rise up, arms come with you. Prayer comes to the heart center. Release the arms. Inhale, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send your left leg back, left arm stays, right arm opens up, twist. Exhale, right hand down, right leg straightens, fold. Inhale, turn your back foot on its side, right hand outside the right leg, open up, side angle twist. Inhale. Exhale, turn to your left side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, your left knee, excuse me. Walk over to your left leg and spin your left leg to the back of the mat. Left arm stays, right arm comes up. This, just so you know, is not R. Kelly, just FYI. Arm down, come back to center. Walk around to the front. Look forward, step together, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms with you. Exhale, bring the prayer to your heart. Stay here for a moment. Put your weight in your left leg, lift your right heel, and then float your right leg up in line with your hip. Flex your foot. Cross the right foot over the left ankle. Begin to bend your standing leg just a little bit. Again today, a little bit, right? Doesn't have to be all the way down. If you want to take any, sort of arm balance, that's fine. And just stay a little bit more upright, but square your hips, flex your right foot. Inhale, come back up, lift the right knee. Exhale, send the right leg back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, right arm outside, left thigh for the twist. Palms in prayer. Hug your hips into the center. Exhale, hands to the floor, straighten your front leg, left leg. Turn your right foot on its side, left hand outside, bend the right knee, left knee, right arm up. Exhale, turn to your right side, bend your right knee. Walk to the right side, hands are on the inside. Left arm up, right arm down. Now put your left hand on your left hip. Bring your right hand in front to the side or on a block and begin to lift your left leg off the floor. You're facing the back of your mat and your torso turns to the left side. Once you've got your hips stacked, take your arms back to that T position. Hug your hips into the center. Rotate your torso, lengthen out of your hips. You have to believe you can fly. Good. Now, put your left hand back on your left hip. Softly return your left foot to the floor. Left arm comes up. And then walk through center to the front of your mat. Look forward. Exhale, feet together, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, full, push down to rise up, bring the arms with you. Spread your wings, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your left heel. Lift your left foot if you'd like. Cross your left ankle above your right knee, tailbone down. Bend your knee, don't go too deep today. I believe, bring your hands up, your knee up. Exhale, step way back. So your hands are in prayer, we're in the low lunge. Lengthen your spine, rotate to the side. Left arm outside, right thigh. Hug your hips into the midline. One more breath as you exhale, hands to the floor, straighten your front leg. Turn your left toes on their side, right hand outside right leg, knee bends, left arm up, spread your wings. Exhale, left hand to the center, turn your right foot to the left, and then turn your left foot back, left hand on the inside, right arm up. Bring your right hand to your hip. Look down, take your left hand in front to the side and or on a block. And then believe you can fly as you rotate your torso to the right. Hug your left hip in, lengthen your right leg. And when and if you feel ready, right arm comes up. Stacking shoulders, stacking hips. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. It's really not quite stacked. That right leg is a little bit more upward. Now, to come down, right hand comes back on your hip, bend your left knee, step back, and then you can bring your hand inside or on your thigh even, right arm back up, one more breath. Exhale, hands down, walk all the way around to the front of the mat, look forward, step together, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, slowly ragdoll up to stand. Just take a little bit of pressure off, roll the shoulders back. Stand tall, bring your hands to prayer. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bend your knees, sit your weight back, and now come a little bit deeper. It doesn't have to be too deep. Lift your right leg up. Balance on your left foot, lift the right knee up. Cross the right leg over once, twice, or a foot on the floor, or even on a block. Inhale. Today, just keep your arms up. Palms together. Sink your hips. Keep your torso elevated. Breathe. Sit back. Level out the hips so that the knees and the hips are in line. Keep everything to the midline. Nice, Lauren. Of your body. Beautiful. Anybody wants to go into some kind of an arm balance here, they're welcome. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Right leg is on the outside of the left foot. So right leg is in front. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Lift your left leg off the floor, parallel to the floor. Toes down, hips squared. Heel toe your right foot if you need to, a little bit more to the right side. And then step your right foot back just about 2-3 feet. Walk your hands to your foot or your blocks. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Press firmly into both hips or heels. Lengthen up. Bring your left hand slightly in front of your left foot. If you have a block, put it on any height. Lengthen your spine again. Put your right hand on your hip. Keep the length as you rotate the torso to the right. Right arm floats up. Twisted triangle pose. So some of you might need to widen your feet. Some of you might need to shorten your feet. Wide forward and back and wide side to side. So accommodate your body. Another big breath. Exhale, fold down. float your left leg again off the floor, and then bring the left knee behind the right knee and have a seat on the floor. Sitting not on your left heel, but you can sit on a block if you need that. Hug your hands around your shin, lift your torso. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. Bring it back behind you towards the left hip. Exhale. Inhale, left arm comes up. Reach. Exhale, rotate. If you've got the space, bring it outside your knee or hug the knee in. Some of you take full binds. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Just take a quick little counter twist. Come back to your center. Bring your right knee, come forward with your arms helping you out. Bring your knees on top of each other. Sitting or on the floor or on a block will help to level out your hips. If this doesn't work for you, you can sit cross-legged or you can do this on your back, right knee over left knee. So sit up nice and tall, level out your hips. Again, the block will help with that. Expand your chest, close your eyes, drop your shoulders. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Palms together in front of your face. Reach and lengthen, so we'll tie it back into that chair pose today with the thunderbolt arms. Exhale, hands to the floor in front of your knees. Come up. Release your block if you're on it. Tuck your toes underneath you. Lift your hips in the air. And then just simply step your right foot forward and your left foot forward. Separate your legs. Forward fold, bend your knees and take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Thumb under fingers. Fingers and thumbs pulling apart the toes. So you're pushing, pulling. Elbows fall out to the side, head towards the shins. Weight towards the balls of your feet. Breathe. Inhale, look forward. Release your feet, bring your hands to your prayer. Rise up to stand. Release your arms. Stand tall, just take a moment. Have a mountain moment. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Bend your knees. Lift your left heel off the floor. Take the left foot above and cross it over once or twice. Sink your hips a little lower and bring your prayer palms together. So drop the right hip back and down towards the left side a little bit. You can cross your ankles. You can also just stand upright. Foot on a block is always nice as well. Sink back a little bit deeper. Exhale, fold over your legs. Shimmy your right foot a little bit more to the center. So the left foot comes more center. And then step your right leg in the air, toes down, hips down. Press firmly through your left leg. And step back about 2 to 3 feet. Make sure your left foot is wide enough that you're not on a tightrope. So you can just heel toe it over. Inhale. And fold as you exhale. I like my arms forward a lot these days. It just feels like I have more length in my body. And you know, the older we get, the more length we're looking for. Inhale, lengthen your spine again. Walk your hands forward. So take your right hand on a block forward of your left foot. So a little bit more length again. Inhale, lengthen through the spine as you push down through your legs. You come up a little bit more upright. Left hand to your hip, turn to your left side. And then if you like, you float the left arm up. Squeeze the hips towards each other. And breathe. Couple more rounds of breath to find your biggest space. And then empty the breath, fold forward. Heel toe your left foot a little bit more to the center again. Bring your right knee behind your left knee, left ankle, and have a seat on the floor or the block. And again, if this is too much, just straighten the bottom leg out. Start sitting upright, holding onto your shin. Pull your knee towards your chest and your hip towards the floor. Inhale, stretch your left arm up overhead and take it behind you towards the right side. Exhale. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. Either hug, twist, or bind outside your left leg. Inhale for length. Exhale for depth. Find your deepest space in this pose. Inhale, come back to center. Take a little counter pose, counter twist. And then inhale back to your center one more time. Bring your left leg, so you can just shimmy yourself forward. Bring your left knee on top of your right, or sit on a block. Sitting up tall. I don't know if Maxine and E.T. can lower their cameras. Just a little bit. Remember, what you see, I see. Yeah. Oh, a little better. All right. Someday, some giant body, I'm sure, has written the art of zooming, because there's so much to it that we don't. There you go, Maxine. All right, there you go. I got you, E.T. All right, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Bring your palms together. Your hands are about in front of your face. They're not up over your head today. So palms together. Drop your left hip down and under. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, release the hands. Send yourself forward, tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up. And then just unwind, step the right foot forward, left foot forward, separate your feet. Bend your knees, lift your feet up and slide your hands underneath your feet. Wrap your big toe around your wrist. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Weight towards the wrist, head down. Inhale, release your hands. Bring them to your hips. Rise up to stand. Release your arms. Bring your feet closer together. Maybe the big toes are touching. Inhale, sweep the arms up, touch. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to plank. First plank, really, of the day. Chaturanga, first chaturanga. Bet you knew that. Lift your heart up. And it's also, coincidentally, the last downward dog. Inhale, float your right leg up and open. Well, not the last downward dog, but the last chaturanga. Good. Open up your right hip, bend the knee back, and just let the foot fall back as the hips open. Square the shoulders. Exhale, bring the knee to the center, knee to the right wrist, and send the knee down. Send your left leg back, tuck the toes under, lift yourself up. Good. So pigeon pose. You can do this on your back. So Maxine, probably I would go on your back, bring your right ankle above your left knee. Yeah, you don't want to be so uncomfortable. And some of you will take this all the way down. That's perfect, Maxine. Good. And breathe. One more breath. Inhale, walk yourselves up. Send your left leg to the left side, a little bit more diagonal. So your right foot's on the inside of the thigh. Bring your left hand on the inside of the thigh, or, come upright again. Or on a block, right arm up and over. Use your hand against your thigh or your ankle or your shin to open up, to rotate your torso open. Find the lift in the left side of the body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn to your left leg and fold over it. Take your right hand outside your left foot, maybe it's your shin or thigh. Take your left hand behind your back, maybe you get the inside thigh, lengthen your spine. Rotate to the left side, right ear towards the knee. Inhale, release whatever binds you have. Exhale, release your arms, sit up. Spin your left leg behind you, tuck the toes underneath you. Right leg in the air, three-legged dog. Open up your hip. If you like to flip over, this is the opportunity. Dancer's bridge or wheel. And if you don't flip, that's okay too. Exhale, hands down, hips up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left leg up, open up the hip, bend the knee a couple times. Keep your shoulders squared, let your foot drop behind your right hip. Exhale, turn it forward, bring the knee to the chest, knee to the left wrist, step your right toes back further. Use a block underneath your hip or go on your back and cross your left ankle above your right knee as you fold forward, some of you. So either pad yourself with weights, blocks under your hips or bolsters or blankets, or just go on your back and put your left ankle above. Just surrender. The hips filled with junk, physical and emotional. And you can hold on to your legs when you're on your back, underneath your hamstring or some of you at your shins. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come on up. Come from whence you came. Sit up, right leg out to the right side, left foot in the inner thigh. Walk your right hand on the inside of your leg. Spin yourself open, lift up and over to the right side. And some of you will grab a hold of one or the toes with one or both hands. Not me. Lift up and rotate. So I like to use my arm against my leg to turn my torso and get that deep stretch. Inhale, come up, turn towards your right leg. Walk your hands down on either side. Use a strap or towel if you like. Inhale and exhale. Pull the right hip back. And then take your left arm outside the leg, anywhere but your knee. Hold on. Turn your torso to the right. Right arm comes behind you. Hook your hand in your thigh, left ear towards your knee. One more breath. Good. Inhale, slowly release, hands on the sides. Lift yourselves up, walk it back. Send your right leg behind you. Tuck your toes underneath you. Lift your left leg in the air. Three-legged dog. Bend and straighten the leg. Get rid of the tension. And if you like to flip your dog, follow the left foot over to the right side. And then release, exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. I don't care how you get there, but sit on your hips as you bring your feet out in front of you. Inhale. Start to just nice roll down to the floor. Come back. When you come back, the knees come into the chest. Hug your hands around your shins. Pull the shin, the heels close to your buttocks, tailbone on the floor, knees close to your chest. So think about lengthening your spine. The knees might not come that close to the chest. Open the arms to a T, shift your hips right, let your knees fall to the left. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, and then send the right arm up over your head. If you have the space, straighten your legs to the left side. There you go. Inhale, extend your arms to a T, bend your knees. Come back to center. Hold on, hug everything in nice and together, nice and strong. Open your arms to a T, shift your hips left, let your knees fall to the right. Further away will give you a little bit more space if you'd like that. Closer up will give it a little bit more depth. Right hand on the left thigh, left arm over your head. And if you have the space, extend your legs out. Pull your hips to the left side. Inhale, open your arms to a T. Exhale, bend your knees, come back to center. Hug your hips in this time, lift your head and shoulders up. Head down, feet on the floor. Hold on to your ankles or let your arms go by your hips, your heels, or bring your arms underneath as you lift your hips up in the air for bridge. Walk your shoulders underneath you, palms together. Draw the heels towards the buttocks, knees towards the front of the mat. Don't turn your head. Just press down through the shoulders and the feet to lift your bridge a little higher. Inhale. And as you exhale, if your arms are together, release them down, upper mid, lower back to the floor. Once again, draw your knees to your chest, extend your legs in the air. Legs over hips. Inhale, stretch your arms behind your head. Let your head rest in your arms. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Pull your belly in so deep that your hips lift up. Stay with this, few breaths, or release your hands to your toes for 3, for 2, for 1, let it all come down. Hug the knees in. Stretch the legs long on the floor. Stretch the arms long over the head. Hook your thumbs, reach side to side. And then come back through the center. Reach your arms and legs so strong away from each other. Inhale, and since you're home, you can make lots of noises. As you exhale, roar, ah, let it all go as you bring your arms down by your side and your hips lay open to the side. If there's anything else that you'd like to take before you send yourself into your Shavasana, I always encourage that, as well as making sure that you take something, what you need perhaps to settle into this space. So if you need to be covered, if you need to be supported, do that. I like that painting, E.T. And for those of you at home, stay home, stay fit, stay healthy.